All right, let's talk about one of the most legendary moments in online gaming history. It's a story all about how a simple technical glitch, a really high stakes arrest, and just a spark of comedic genius turned a super frustrating bug into something, well, something unforgettable. Let's dive in. So, picture this. You're a cop in a video game, you're trying to arrest a suspect, but the guy is just glitching all over the screen, totally impossible to catch. And then you hear your partner scream this at him.
AI technology? What in the world is he talking about?
Well, that's the real story here. This wasn't some master hacker using next-level tech to get away. Nope, it was just a classic, boring old problem. A bad internet connection. So how on earth did "my internet is slow" turn into this wild, hilarious accusation? That's exactly what we're going to unpack. So to really get this moment, you first have to understand the world where it all went down. We're not just talking about a normal video game here. We're talking about a digital space that's built from the ground up on performance and pure imagination. This whole thing happens in what's called an online role-playing, or RP server. The best way to think about it is like a giant interactive improv theater. You don't just play a character, you become that character, and you create these unscripted stories with everyone else around you. The clip that made this famous comes from a patrol stream. Basically, you have one player who is completely in character as a police officer. Their whole job is to patrol the city and uphold the law, making this virtual world feel real and alive. And that brings us to the number one most important rule in all of role-playing. It's the one rule that makes this entire story even possible. So this is the classic dilemma every role player hits when things go wrong. Let's say a player starts lagging. The easy way out is to go out of character and just say, hey, sorry, my game is bugging out. But the art, the real skill, is to stay in character and find a reason, any reason, within the game's own world to explain what's happening. You have to maintain the illusion. And that brings us right to the moment where the system fails, the moment the digital world itself starts to crack because of a bad connection. So, from the officer's point of view, inside the game, his reality is super simple. He's a cop, that guy over there is a suspect, and an arrest needs to happen. The story he's trying to create is all about law and order. But the player's reality? Oh, it's a complete mess. The suspect's character is teleporting, jittering, just bouncing all over the place like a pinball. The immersion is totally shattered. The game is, for all practical purposes, broken. So, what do you do? What's the play here? Do you break character and just ruin the entire scene for or do you try to save it? How do you explain something that's literally unexplainable without breaking the rules of the world you've all agreed to build together? This, right here, is where the magic happens. Instead of just giving up, the officer makes this incredible creative leap that turns a moment of pure frustration into absolute genius. This is his explanation. He looks at this glitching, warping character and, totally deadpan, he just deduces that the suspect must have some kind of illegal, sparkly leg technology that lets him teleport. It's so absurd, it's brilliant, and it works perfectly. This is a perfect example of something called meta humor. The officer is acknowledging the problem that's happening outside the game, the lag, but he's explaining it using the language and logic of the game. He's not breaking the fourth wall. He's basically patching it up with a joke that everyone watching, both in and out of the game, gets immediately. You can actually break down his thought process into 4 quick steps. First, he sees the problem, a technical glitch. Second, he makes the choice to stay in character no matter what. Third, he improvises this wild but lore-friendly explanation on the spot. And fourth, by doing all that, he doesn't just save the scene. He turns a bug into the best part of the whole video. And that's the real takeaway here. This moment became famous not in spite of the glitch, but because of it. The officer's quick thinking took a game-breaking bug and spun it into this legendary piece of content that people are still quoting years later. It's amazing. So it leaves us with this really fascinating question. As we all spend more and more time in these shared digital worlds, what are the stories we're going to remember? The ones that are perfectly planned out? Or will they be the ones, like sparkly legs, that are born from those moments where the simulation breaks down and human creativity has to jump in and fill the gaps? It kind of suggests that sometimes the best feature isn't a feature at all. It's a bug.